Hello everybody and welcome to my video. This is my freshman year experience, a freshman year of college experience video. That's a really long title, but I don't know what else to call it. I was actually asked to make this video from somebody that follows me on Instagram, and then I tried filming it yesterday and it was just not working out. So take two on trying to film this video. I am currently, or I just finished my freshman year of college at Sonoma State University. I am undeclared. Yay, go undeclared. But this is my first kind of like college-y video. I'm just gonna get right into it. Before going to Sonoma State, I actually didn't know a lot of people. I only knew a few girls that were in the same scholarship program as I was. They all got scholarships to Sonoma State, and we all met before, like when we were getting our scholarship acceptance, like dinner thing, that's where I met them, and then I met them before at like a little meeting. I wasn't like super close with them. I was like friends with them, but not like best friends. We didn't really talk over summer. We did have each other's numbers. We didn't like really connect with one another. Also, real quick, there's like a bump in my head and it's bothering me so much. But anyways, let's go into the video. So yeah, before going to Sonoma State, I didn't really have friends, so I don't know why I was going to Sonoma State. I think like, I want to say a month or two before going to Sonoma, I got an email about who my roommate and my suite mates were. These were completely random people. None of us were friends. None of us knew each other. Most of them lived up by Sonoma State. I live in SoCal. Sonoma State's up north. Somebody DM'd us on Instagram in a like group chat thing, and I don't know who, I don't remember who started the group chat, but I just remembered somebody asked if they could bring like, I think their toaster or something like that. And then everyone just kind of was like going in on what they were bringing. And then we talked about TV shows that we watched. We were bonding basically over group chat. I think I still have some of the messages, I can check. But yeah, first semester, me and my roommates were pretty close. I made videos with them. They're in my vlogs, you can go check that out. I'll leave a link down below. Beginning of the semester, we're all getting to know each other. We all got along pretty well, and it was like a pretty easygoing semester. We lived in, so there at Sonoma State, there's 4 freshmen like living, I guess, buildings, dorms, community areas. Sauvignon, Bordeaux, Cabernet, and Zinfandel. And me and my suite mates lived in Sauv. And this is like the layout of what a Sauv dorm looks like. I don't know if I really like went deep into like showing you what a Sauv dorm looked like. We lived on the 2nd floor, thank goodness, because like if you live on the 1st floor, it's really hard because every step you make, or the upstairs neighbors make, you can kind of hear it, and that was like hard to like explain to our downstairs neighbors, because some of us walk with hard feet, and it was like, sorry, like we're not intentionally being loud, like that's just how we walk. So that was really hard. I think just in general, living with other people and like going to college is really hard, and so that transition was interesting and a learning experience. But you know, eventually we became cool with our downstairs neighbors. In my first semester, I took 4 classes. So I took stats, psychology, geology, and philosophy. Geology was natural disasters, and then philosophy was just philosophy 101, and that was the worst and hardest class I think I've ever taken so far, like in my whole freshman year, because it was an 8 a.m. on a Friday, and it was 4 hours long. I don't know why I took that class. It was literally, there are certain classes you need to take in order to fill like the GE requirement, but I was just like, ugh, I hated that class. I would get up every day and go to that class because attendance was a big thing. Let me just tell you, if it wasn't for the attendance, I don't think I would have done so well in that class. I went every morning, 8 a.m. You know, and he even said class would start at 8:10 because he started realizing, like, I think the 3rd class that we started showing up a little bit later. So he was like, yeah, class will start at 8:10. So the next class after he announced that, I show up at 8:05 and he's already lecturing, and so I was like, wow, class does not really start at 8:10, it starts at 8. So after that, I kind of just always showed up at 8. It was the hardest class. I also didn't understand that class. It was so contradicting. I feel like that's the class for people who like to prove you wrong. So that class, I just didn't like, because I have a way that I think the universe works, and this is a teacher that's telling us, well, I mean, yes, but no. And it was just like so much, ugh, I didn't like that class at all. I never understood that class. It was just really confusing. confusing. But the easiest class I took was stats because it's a year-long class. It was a pilot class that they were trying out, and the reason why it was a year-long was because I didn't do so well on my like the like entry level math thing that you're supposed to take before you go to college. And so I had to, the first semester of stats was basically just high school basics that you're gonna need in stats. That was probably the easiest class. I did pretty well in that class, I think. And then I also joined a sorority. Sonoma State, we don't have a Greek row. They do have formal recruitment during Labor Day weekend. I can go more into like depth on a sorority video, my recruitment experience. If you guys want me to, just comment down below. Give it this video a thumbs up. I don't know. I don't really know what people want to see. Like, I feel like I just talk all the time. I don't know. If you want to watch that, if you want to know more about sorority recruitment, like, let me know. During our midterms that semester, first semester, there were fires, like crazy fires. I mean, I think we made national news. Other countries, I think, because it was, I think, one of the biggest fire. I don't really know. Okay, let me just tell you. I don't know much about it. I just know a lot of people lost their homes, unfortunately, in that fire. And there was a bunch of different fires because it was so windy that day. And thank God for Gabby, my sweet mate, and her family, because I didn't know what to do, and Gabby was like, dude, just come to my house. Her family was so sweet, and they like had me stay at their house. And we thought it was just gonna be a weekend, but the fires prolonged it, and it ended up becoming like a whole week of me just staying at Gabby's. And I was like, dude, this is like insane, like this fire is crazy. I should have really just gone home, back to SoCal, but I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. But thank you to Gabby and her family. Yeah, but also a lot of midterms were canceled that week, so except for my geology. She didn't cancel the midterm, but she like curved it. I think her grade, I think is what she said. But it was so annoying because literally the day we went back, I had a midterm, and I was like, lady, every other class I had canceled their midterm. It's so annoying. But it's fine, everything's fine. I still passed that class. That's all that matters. First semester was pretty easy. I made most of my friends. There wasn't any drama. I went out with friends. Like, it was a pretty good first semester. I enjoyed a lot of it. The only thing that I found really hard about first semester was the midterms and finals because of my high school. I went to an independent study school, so that meant we didn't have like normal midterms and finals. And I didn't really know how to study for those, so that was really hard for me. I'm so out of breath. Okay, so second semester comes around. It's not as peachy keen. You know, things happen in my dorm and it's a growing thing. I became closer with other people, which was better for me mentally, and I learned a lot about myself and others. College is all about learning, and that's definitely what I learned, and you know, people change for the better. So because of the things that were going on in my dorm, I spent a lot of time with my sorority. I became closer to a lot of the girls in there. I became close to my big. I actually have a lot of things that I did with my sorority posted on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. This is kind of like what it is. And because like I wasn't so close with my dorm anymore, I spent a lot of time outside of my dorm. I would be at the library all the time or be at other people's dorms. Just kind of like not be home because, you know, the vibe was a little off, and you gotta do what's best for you. So second semester I took 4 classes again. I took obviously stats again because I had to, it's a year-long class. Astronomy, English, and political science, aka polls. The easiest class was probably polls just because we got to take a quiz at the end of each class, and that was considered most of our grade. There was no homework in that class ever. We also didn't have to do the reading, which was nice. I love classes where you really don't have to do the reading. We had group quizzes at the end of each class, and I had a friend, Gavin, who was in my class. He knows a lot about polls, and if it wasn't for him, I would not have passed. So thank you to Gavin for helping me out on that. The hardest class was definitely astronomy. I found astronomy, I mean, I took physics in high school, and it's not really the same. I just found that my astronomy teacher was all over the place all the time. Like, he would give one lecture, but in the lecture we're talking about like black holes and the sun, and then he would go on to like Pluto, and then sometimes he would like talk about last lecture or a lecture from last week, and I'm like, yo, where are we in this class? Like, what the heck? Like, it always was like we were either taking 2 steps forward and then we were taking 2 steps back constantly, and I was like, dude, this is so much. Like, I don't know what we're talking about. So it was just kind of all over the place. That's what was really hard. I couldn't really follow the class as best as I wanted to. Oh, and then the hardest thing also was last semester, or not last semester, fall semester, I only had finals, like I had a final every day of the week except for Thursday and Friday. This semester, I had 3 out of my 4 classes on Thursday. It was so stressful. It was so stressful. I had my polls one Wednesday night. Then I was studying for my astronomy one at 8 a.m. on Thursday, and then I had a stats one at 11, and then I had my English class presentation at 5, I think is the time we had it. It was just constant, like, go on Thursday. Literally, as soon as I was done with my astronomy final, I would go to Haley's dorm, and I was literally writing out my stats cheat sheet because they allowed us 2 full sheets of paper to kind of like write down what we remembered. It was so hard. So hard. I literally, not hard, but it was just like, I didn't stop that day. I also didn't have coffee that day, and I was just like, go, 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 go. And it was probably the most stressful day of my life because literally after my stats one, so for my English presentation, I wasn't gonna write out what I wanted to say because I was like, you know, I got this, I make YouTube videos, it's easy, like I just need to make bullet points. And then as time kept coming closer, I was getting more nervous, and I was like, dude, I need to write a script out. So like I wrote everything that I was gonna say, and then I had to go home and change for the presentation, and it was just like, I could not have been more happy that that day was over. Like, I went to bed so happy that night, and then Friday came around, I was packing up my dorm because that was the day that I was moving out, and even then I felt like I had an assignment to still do. I was just like constantly rushed. Most of my time was spent second semester outside of my dorm. I became a lot closer to a lot of people. I feel like I made most of my friends first semester, but I feel like second semester I really found like a good group of people that I know. Like I could literally call them right now and be like, yo, can I come over? If they like live near me. They all live up north, but if they all live near me, I could be like, dude, can I come over? And they'd be like, sure. I don't know if this is like a good enough. This is what my first experience of college was like. It wasn't hard. You know, I definitely love college. I love the life more than the learning, but you know, you go to college to learn about, you know, whatever you're majoring in. I'm undeclared, so I don't know yet, and that's kind of scary because I gotta figure that out so fast. You either love it or you hate it is what people are telling me, and I loved my first year so much. I definitely think I grew a lot as a person in that whole year, more than any other time of my life. And you know, I really learned a lot about myself too. That is, I guess, the end of this video. I feel like I had a lot more to say, but I think I'm done. I feel so weird that I'm ending this video right now. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more college videos, let me know up in the comments down below, or even like DM me on Instagram and just like say, dude, can you do a video on this? And you know, I could do a video on whatever you want. Well, let's not say whatever. On most things. Also, a lot of people at Sonoma State know I like vlog now, or like not vlog, but like I do YouTube videos. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to Matt, who always asks if I'm vlogging. You know, he's the real one. Shout out to Haley. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, bye. I gotta end this because I'm gonna start laughing.